Hello everybody, it's Chibi, and today I'm here to bring you an anime review on One Piece. Now, this week's episode, it really once again pulls at those heartstrings. And before I actually dive into the episode, I want to say that, once again, the art style and animation of this episode was rather good. It wasn't the best, but it was rather good, and once again, Toei's on point, and are actually doing things really good in these last two episodes. So this episode, for the most part, looks really good. Looks really, really fucking good. Like, the art style, when you see Kyro's going through the fire, like the burning down town and all that, and you see the fire going around his face, that animation was fucking nice. And I love the crispy and fluid-looking animation and art style. Just looks awesome. So, let's dive into the episode. There is moments in this episode that just really pull at my heart. For one moment that comes to anyone's mind after watching this episode is definitely the moment to when you see Kyros' wife die. Scarlet dies in his arms. And the sad thing was, from that scene, was that since he is a toy, he could not feel her warmth. And also, if you noticed, he could not cry as a toy. So, he had to watch his wife die before him. He couldn't do nothing about it. He couldn't feel her last warmth in his arms. He could not cry to express his emotions. He could always scream. And that right there in of itself is just very sad. Just straight up sad and tragic, because he could not really express himself at the time of her death. And what makes it even sadder on top of that is that she did not even know who he was. And at the end, when she finally did die, she did not even realize who was holding her. So, in of itself, that's sad. Even when Kyros comes back, let's say goes back into human mode, it still doesn't change the fact that his wife died not even realizing who he was. So, the tragedy right there is just as fucked up. Just straight up fucked up. So, the beginning of this episode was very, very sad. So, besides that, the episode. For the most part, the episode, the first half shows us Kyros and, you know, the flashback. It finishes the flashback of Kyros to where, you know, he sees his wife die. And also at the exact same time, we see what actually led him up to when he got turned into a toy. So, we see him walk into Doffy's, you know, kingdom, pretty much, in his fucking castle. He walks in, he's like, where's King Riku? And all of a sudden, he sees King Riku about to get his head sliced off, and he found out by Doffy that his wife and daughter is about to be killed. So in his act of rage, he cut his own leg off with no hesitation. He just instantly cut his leg off and went after Doffy, about to cut Doffy, and then you have it where Sugar just jumps in and turns him into a toy. And so, that right there, it just shows you what type of person Kyros is. I mean, he literally just sacrificed his leg without even thinking about it. He's like, sliced off, and he just went after trying to save Riku. So, it just shows you his personality. And it shows you how technically he lost his leg and why he's like the one-legged soldier. So, besides that, the other parts of this episode, we get a little bit of a recap or status update with all the different fights going on currently at the moment, up until the very point with the ending of this episode with Sugar going unconscious. Now, the ending of this episode, for the most part, it was really cool. I love the execution on Usopp when he got the Tabasco freaking ball or whatever put inside of his mouth, and you see, like, the flames come out. Oh my god, that was pretty fucking funny. Like, did you see Usopp and Sugar's face? Like, Sugar's like, ah! You just see her eyes sticking out and shit. That was great. Oh my god. That was fucking hilarious. Especially with Usopp, too, his eyes twisting around. Freaking Oda, man. That's just some twisted-ass artwork. Like, oh my god. I remember seeing that in the manga. That freaking manga panel was scary. Just so scary, because it's so different from the average artwork of One Piece. So, yeah, that's pretty much this episode of One Piece this week. I mean, it's a damn good episode. Once again, it was a really good episode, once again, of One Piece. And Toei Animation, please do not just make this like a once every month or so, or once every so often. Please make this a repeated thing. I mean, these past two episodes have been absolutely amazing. They have been better than the actual manga. And so I hope that this continues for episodes onward. I really, really hope it does. So tell me your thoughts in the comments below. I love you all so much. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.